Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to continue on our adventure with these seats. If you haven't seen the last video where we got the power working in these seats, go check that out. I'll leave a link up here for you. Today we're going to be working on restoring some of this abused leather. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, so this was the seat from our passenger side, and as you can see, it's had some better days. This is probably the roughest piece of all the seats, and you can see that's missing like its texture. If you look up here, you can kind of see like a traditional leather would look like. This is just kind of flat and more or less like a suede at this point. But I didn't buy any leather repair like paste, so we're just gonna dye over it and see how that works. You can put the leather repair paste over the dye, so if we do need to repair it later on, we could still do that. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do with these seats is clean them. It's suggested that you clean these with some kind of leather cleaner or a degreaser like Simple Green. You can use denatured alcohol. I have this King Ranch leather cleaner, so this is what I used, and it seems to have cleaned these up pretty good. Once everything's nice and clean, you're ready to start with your dye. So the dye I got was from Seat Doctors. I'll leave a link for this dye in the description below. These seats are 2012 Expedition seats, King Ranch of course, so this is the dye for those seats. And yeah, I think I'm gonna move this seat up here and see what we can do. All right, so some of the things I have to accomplish this, hopefully, is a rag for application, brush, or a foam brush as well. I guess the method is to like dab it instead of wipe it to prevent streaks. We'll see how good that works in practice. I also have this rag that's just wet. Well, it's not super wet, but it's damp. Because the stitching here is black, and I kind of want to keep it black. And the idea is that you would apply your leather, and it soaks into the you apply your dye, and then it soaks into the leather, but not the stitching so fast, so you can like wipe the stitching off real quick and prevent your stitching from being dyed. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try this brush first. I'm just gonna put some in this container and then we'll go at it with this brush. And we'll see what that does. Yep, we'll just, I guess, try to dab this on. I'm gonna start up here away from my stitching so that I don't have any problems with that. Alright, and that's taking a lot of dye. I guess I could have assumed that because it's so dry here, but yeah, so there's the stitching. Just wipe that off real quick. That actually works pretty well. All right, so this is the bottom of the seat, 3 coats in. And all I'm doing is using this heat gun here to kind of dry it off as we're going between coats so it doesn't all stack up and get weird. But it's looking pretty good. Obviously you could tell that this side has something going on, just because of it's like weird and porous and dark there. But I mean, the seat is the right color, so this side looks pretty good. It wasn't as beat up. But yeah, I'm gonna let this sit. We definitely need to do another coat. You can see some weird blotchiness in this and right there. So I'm gonna let this sit. We're gonna work on the top. All right, so this is the seat. This is, believe it or not, the passenger seat that was all destroyed, and it's looking pretty good. There's some, you can like obviously tell that something has happened to the seat, but the color's right. So after that first few layers of dye was cured, I took some 1000 grit sandpaper and like wet sanded all of this area and then this area, which made it a lot smoother. It like leveled down all your high spots from the dye down to where the dye was filling in. It made it a lot better. So I think it could still use a couple more coats because you got a little bit of discoloration still. Yeah, right there and over here. But overall, I think this looks pretty incredible, to be honest. It fixed, I mean, it didn't really fix all the issues. There's still some issues. I probably should have sanded on this because you can kind of see, yeah, some weird bumps throughout this, and it's rough. It might wear in with some conditioner and, you know, a pair of jeans that's going to be sitting in it. But overall, I think it turned out really good. I mean, compared to what it looked like before to this, like, I don't think I can really complain about that. So overall, it's a great product, I think. I mean, only time will tell if this is going to withstand being sat in 1,000 times. This is the passenger seat, so it shouldn't take that much abuse. That one's going to be getting the brunt of it, but still. Over time, I guess, we'll be able to tell. And that'll be a long time in my case because these aren't even in the truck yet. So, yeah, and the truck doesn't have an engine still, as you can see right there. No engine in that bad boy. All right, well, I think we've finished everything that we can finish on these seats with the materials that I have. Obviously, we would have been pretty well off with some leather filler, but I didn't buy any because I was stubborn. So this is how they turned out. I'm gonna say they're not perfect for sure, right? We definitely could have filled some of these near rips, but they got 100,000 miles left in them, you know, before something crazy starts happening. This seat, I'm actually really impressed with how it turned out. Like, this thing was destroyed, and it looks pretty good. This seat too. This seat was crazy destroyed, and it turned out really nice. Like, this is like a prime candidate for what the dye is made for. No leather filler was needed. It just looks really good. Like, it's not super worn. It was probably destroyed from people climbing over it or a dog getting into the car a million times, but it looks incredible. This one wasn't that bad. The backs were really good. There's like a weird stain there. So one thing I did that I didn't really show was I tried a test piece first, and that was the back. That was the back of this headrest here. Just to make sure that it was pretty close as far as the color goes. And then you guys, I think I showed it at the beginning, there was like a spot here that I did, like a little square here. So yeah, that's one thing I would recommend is when you're getting ready to do this, to try like an inconspicuous spot first, like the back of the headrest. Nobody's gonna see that. Nobody sits in the third row, like maybe some children, but I don't think they care that your headrest is a different color. But yeah, I mean, overall, super impressed. I mean, this seat looks incredible. That one for sure. That one is amazing to me that turned out the way it did. So yeah, that's where we're at. We got the power seats working, the heated cooled seats working, and now they're all dyed. Hopefully in the next video, we can get them installed. Well guys, I'm very happy with how these turned out. They're definitely a lot better than they were before. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one.